Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed, like you were caught in a storm you couldn't control? It's a feeling we all know. But what if the one person who could calm any storm was right there with you? Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and relatable stories from the life of Jesus, a story about fear, faith, and the incredible peace that can be found even in the midst of chaos. Let's set the scene. Jesus and his disciples had just finished a long day of teaching. Crowds had followed him everywhere, hanging on his every word. As evening approached, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side of the lake." This was the Sea of Galilee, a body of water known for its sudden, violent storms. The disciples, many of whom were experienced fishermen, were used to this lake. They got into their boat, with Jesus finding a spot in the stern to rest. He was so exhausted from the day's ministry that he fell fast asleep on a cushion. As they sailed across the water, the sky turned dark. The wind began to howl, and the waves grew larger and larger, crashing over the sides of the small fishing boat. The boat started to fill with water, and the disciples, these seasoned sailors, began to panic. This wasn't just a minor squall, this was a life-threatening tempest. Can you imagine their terror? The boat was being tossed around like a toy, water was rising around their ankles. And the man they had put all their hope in was asleep. In their desperation, they went to Jesus and woke him up, crying out, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Their question is so human, isn't it? In the middle of our own storms, whether it's financial trouble, a health crisis, or a relationship falling apart, it's easy to feel like God is distant, silent, or maybe even asleep. We might find ourselves crying out, "Don't you see what's happening? Don't you care?" What Jesus did next is absolutely astounding. He stood up, and with a voice that carried over the roar of the wind and waves, he rebuked the storm. He said to the wind and the sea, "Peace, be still." And immediately, the wind died down, and the entire lake became completely calm. The silence must have been deafening after the chaos of the storm. Then, Jesus turned to his disciples. He didn't say, "Wow, that was a close one." Instead, he asked them two profound questions. Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith? He wasn't scolding them for being scared, he was pointing them toward a deeper reality. He was showing them that their fear came from a lack of understanding of who was in the boat with them. They had seen him perform miracles, heal the sick, and teach with incredible authority, but they hadn't yet fully grasped that the one who has power over creation itself was right there beside them. This story isn't just about a weather event that happened 2,000 years ago. It's a powerful metaphor for our own lives. We all face storms. Sometimes they are external, like job loss or illness. Other times, they are internal storms of anxiety, doubt, or grief. In those moments, it feels like our little boat is about to sink, and we can feel very alone. We look around and might even feel like God is asleep, unaware of our struggle. But this story reminds us of a crucial truth: Jesus is always in the boat with us. His presence doesn't mean we won't face storms. The disciples faced the storm with Jesus right there. But his presence means we are never alone in the storm, and he has the power to speak peace into our chaos. The disciples' fear was natural, but Jesus challenged them to move from fear to faith. Faith isn't the absence of fear, it's the choice to trust God even when we are afraid. It's remembering who is in control when everything around us feels out of control. It's looking at the waves of our problems and then turning our eyes to the one who can walk on water and command the storm to be still. So, what are the storms in your life right now? What waves are crashing over the side of your boat? Maybe you feel like you're about to drown in worry or despair. I want to encourage you today with the message of this story. The same Jesus who calmed the Sea of Galilee is with you. He sees your struggle, he hears your cries, and he cares deeply. The challenge for us, just like for the disciples, is to shift our focus. Instead of focusing on the size of the storm, we need to focus on the greatness of the one who is with us in the storm. We can cry out to him, just as the disciples did. We can be honest about our fears, and in that moment of surrender, we can invite him to speak peace. Be still over our hearts and our circumstances. Sometimes he calms the storm around us. and the problem miraculously disappears. Other times, he calms the storm within us, giving us a supernatural peace and strength to endure the storm, knowing he is with us. Either way, his presence changes everything. The disciples were left in awe, asking each other, "Who is this?" Even the wind and the waves obey him. This event deepened their understanding of who Jesus truly was, not just a great teacher, but the Son of God, with authority over all creation. May our storms do the same for us. May they drive us to a deeper faith and a greater awe of the one who holds our lives in his hands. He is our anchor, our hope, and our peace in every storm. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this incredible story. If this message resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content that aims to bring hope and encouragement. Please feel free to share your own storm stories in the comments below, and let's support one another. Remember, no matter what you're facing, you are not alone. See you in the next video.